Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Now this video will be mostly unscripted, I think, as it's been a little while here, right, on this channel. And today I got something very special for us. It's almost like a treat, so let me show it to you. First of all, we got one of these. This is a FortiNet firewall. This is a FortiGate 60C. Got that from a friend. And then we also have a nice treat. One of these. This, my friends, is the TrendNet switch. So they're saying fan defect coil wind, which we don't need to worry about that too much. I already opened this up at my friend's house today, but I'm gonna need to open it up again. But there you go. So you can see it's just a simple 24-port gigabit switch. Nothing too out of the ordinary, but that will actually be good if we can get it working. And then over here, we have the supposedly defective fan, which is not defective, and I'll show you why in a sec. And now I'm gonna run a wire over to the power jack, and I want you guys to pay attention to the fan. If I hold it up like this, right? So I'm gonna be connecting power now. Fan works. While it tries to use the fan gets stuck. And what does that indicate usually, guys? That indicates a bad fan bearing. How do you fix a bad fan bearing? Well, you need to take apart this whole thing, so we'll do that. Apparently you don't really need to, as this is not a tutorial how to take one of these apart, but I'm telling you. So left and right side screws out. Then you take the ones that are on the bottom of the unit. You want to take these out. That's one. And then that one is the second one. And then another one. There we go. So the cover, theoretically, just need to lift up and slide out. There we go. Okay. So this is what it looks like from the inside. There's a little bit minor dust, but smells normal, perfectly. But yeah, you can really tell that fan is seized up. I'll show you in a sec. For you all entertainment, because I always clean my stuff after I receive it, so let's go. Board. Now this thing actually only has one of these chips inside of it, one of these micron whatevers. Now this fan has an advantage. It can be simply unplugged, then external, and then we can remove it out of the frame, put some WD-40 in there, and that will cause the fan to spin freely like a free spirit once again. I'm gonna open this up. Yeah, as you can see, it might have been actually done before. I'll put some WD-40 inside of this and we'll spin it around a couple times. If it oils back up and spins like a free spirit, then we're good to go. And the switch doesn't get as hot as it usually was before. There's one bulged up capacitor, but only one of these caps, or two of these caps, but that's not that big of a deal, as that won't bulge up any further because we have the fan which was broken. So I'm gonna go fix it and I'll be back. With the power of WD-40 can't save a fan, and I don't know what will. Take a look at this. It spins once again, just like a free spirit, just with a little bit of ratcheting noise, but that's just due to the age of this whole thing. I think these were one of the older switches, but as I said, I never had the pleasure to work with these. Okay, sorry for taking a quick drink there. I had to hydrate. But okay, so this fan is a Say A4010H05MDA, which is a 5-volt DC fan. But yeah, so this stuff is basically indestructible. These fans can still run for many years if treated correctly and respected, which, to be fair, many companies that I have found actually don't take good care of their equipment. Most of the equipment is like old and ratchet, nasty. Some of these even are really, really bad. But it depends on if you like have a specific type of company or someone who's kind of throwing out old garbage. You don't expect them to make it work. So I'm going to use a little bit of the old glue here to glue the sticker back onto the fan. While that may not work, it maybe will if we're fortunate enough. So I'm going to just lube it up a little bit. Would be a pleasure if it did. Let's see, I'm holding on to the side of the unit. So this that should go away after a while. Whatever is grinding in there should get some lube, and then it should be getting quieter. But it's good to hear the fan at least come alive. It's a good sign so far. Get to this firewall thing here. This, my friends, is the Fort iNet 40 gate 60C. This thing is a security appliance which has been found by my friend as well, and as you can see, it boots and it works. At least it appears to be working. I don't know if everything works here 100%, but I guess we'll figure that out. We also have USB and we also have a line out, so I guess this can probably even connect to a PC to configure. It's very cool. I'm in love with this stuff. I love this type of thing. One thing that it says on here, I will just quickly show this. It says IO error, but it's very cool. The fact that this thing is configured in such a way and that it actually works. Okay, nice. See, it works. We are on the 40K 60C with the model number, the release date, the system time, which is off. We have the firmware version where there is, I don't think we can check for updates, but I think maybe there are updates, even though I don't know. Maybe there are. Currently, of course not, but you know, that's really cool. We are on 40 gate 60C, and if I open this, I think I won't find anything because Google is not working at the moment. But there we go, it works, and you can even use it for routing. You can set, I guess, a IP address, and it will route to that, or you can set DNS. You can set 40 sandbox mode. A bunch of stuff that I'm far too not qualified for. But the fact that that works is amazing. Like, take a look at this, by the way. Like, this is so cool. 2 WAN interfaces, one DMZ, whatever DMZ is. or ZDMC, and then we have console port, a USB port, and a USB management port, as well as 2 WANs and 5 LAN ports. This thing I think I'm gonna put in the rack because I sometimes have public services which I host, and if I put one of these before my main HOMELAB traffic, despite I have OpenSense, which essentially does what this thing does. Doesn't matter, both firewall software, but I want to experiment with this one. Maybe I'll just use it as a patent router to go back here. I don't know, we'll see. It's really, really cool though, because you can essentially plug in some stuff. There are bigger versions of this. My friend even has a slightly taller version of this. But these are all metal housing. These are proper stuff. This is awesome. Okay, so with that out of the way, thanks a ton for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe if you have something to say. I always read the comments after the video goes live and even later. So if you have something to say, leave it down in the comments. And with that, thanks a ton for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!